Today on our show,
Look in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane.
it's a girl.
Girl. Supergirl.
Supergirl!
And I directed her. That's right. Another episode of Supergirl I directed. And we're going to talk about it along with a bunch of other cool news. Right here, right now on Fat Man on Batman. Welcome to Fat Man on Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Marc Bernardin.
How are
Trying
you?
out new hand thing.
That was his bat.
Or that's my When Doves Cry.
Yeah. How can you just leave me standing, Mark, alone in a world so cold?
I'm sorry.
Maybe you're just too demanding. Maybe you're just like my father. Too bold. Too bold. Wasn't it bold?
Bold.
Is it old?
Bold.
Maybe you're just like, I guess it would make more sense. Maybe you're just like my father. Too old. Why would you sing that to a woman?
Just like wheeling.
No, it was maybe I'm just like my father. And you wouldn't say that to a girl. I'm too old for you. Especially because he wasn't.
I think it's bold.
He might have been too short for her because she was taller. But
True, but he had the heels. Yeah. And a tight ass.
it all makes sense, though, because Prince sang Bat Dance.
Everything.
And it brings us right back to our show.
Prince is the unified theory of Fat Man on Batman.
Really, it all comes back to his royal badness. Hey, Supergirl airs this week. And I saw a trailer at the end of the last episode of Supergirl, and it looked like a fun episode. And in the middle of it, it said, "From the mind of Kevin Smith."
From your mind?
Yeah, I found that hard to believe. I really credit the writers. It's from their minds, Gabe and Anna. But I think we did a pretty good job making it. It's a pretty fun episode. I got to go to space again.
Space.
Like, yeah, well, kind
frontier.
of lower space, because the Daxamite ship's in orbit. If you watch the recent episodes, you know that Terry Hatcher is the queen of Daxam, and Kevin Sorbo is the king of Daxam. And they finally showed up looking for their son, the Prince of Daxam, who is, spoilers, Mon-El.
What?
Chris Wood, like one of my favorite actors on the planet now. I think that dude's so funny.
Yeah. You got wood for wood?
Yeah, you got big Wood. If no one else can, Chris Wood. That's what I say. In any event, so most of our episode takes place on the ship, and
In the troposphere?
and we have a reappearance by the transmatter portal that we had debuted in my episode, like where they jumped over to the planet, where the other planet and shit, like Slaver's Moon. So the transmatter portal comes back and plays a role. It's pretty, and that movie episode flat out opens with her fighting a fucking alien with a big rubber mask.
That's amazing.
It's pretty dope. There was one moment where we were in the middle of Vancouver shooting in front of a church and shit, and I was just like, I went to film school 3 blocks from here. Never once did I imagine when I walked past this church in this park, I'd return here 5 years later with a dude in a big goofy rubber mask and the fucking Maiden of Might just like, bam, bam, just punching him.
It all comes around.
Life was good, dude. Oh, it was so good. So it's a fun episode, man. And those kids are wonderful. Melissa and Chris together. Melissa's just wonderful, period. I just did the Paley Fest this weekend.
I saw it all over the internets.
I was hosting the Paley Fest, moderating, not hosting. The Paley people hosted it. They held it at the Dolby Theater, where the Oscars had just been. So it allowed me to open with like, let me enjoy this. This is the closest I'll ever get to the Oscar stage and stuff. Everyone's like, ha, ha, ha. It's funny because it's true. and then...
Just you wait.
Yeah, it was like one day, just you wait, Henry Higgins. Just do. The place went quiet as I fucking silently sang that. And they're like, is that from My Fair Lady? They're like, yeah, but he's singing it like he's part of the Lollipop Guild.
So fucking angry about
He's
it.
very confused. Panel was wonderful. We only had like 90 minutes, but everybody got a question, and then we did open it up for the audience, which was more important to me. Of course, there were some people, on Twitter who were like, this sucks, and he sucks, and everything about this sucks, and he should go to hell, and he's a fat fucking idiot, and he sucks. I am all those things, just so you feel better about yourselves. But largely, people seem to like the panel, my moderation job.
They were just jealous they weren't there.
No, there seemed to be people that were just like, why didn't you give more time to X, Y, and Z? But it's like, everybody got a question. Like,
And you had what, like 30 people in that fucking panel?
It's a pretty big panel. We had a lot of the producers, and we had like 2 people from each show on the cast of each show. But and then we opened up to the audience. I thought it was lovely though, and you know I've told the same fucking stale jokes about like, you know, I didn't watch these shows until fucking the King Shark episode and stuff. But it was great, such a great panel. But anyway, when we were doing the panel, like I stopped mid panel and just sucked her dick so hard because she's honestly like, now worked with her twice, Melissa, like just the goods, dude. Like she's true talent. You hand her fucking these pages, dude, like we're about to roll. I just wrote this. Fucking say it, and bam, she spits it out like she was thinking it herself. She's such a natural. So talent, like at that level, when you're the lead of a show,
Right.
it goes without saying you're talented. But man, like this girl works like 96 hours a day, and never complains. Like that's her only fault is that she won't like fucking be like I need rest. Like stop. She can't defend herself. She can defend the world, but she can't fucking defend herself. But so she's so damn wonderful, man. I'll go back anytime they want me to fucking work with her. But I know the benefit of going to do those shows is I know what's happening from now until the end of the season, and I also know what happens next season.
Son of a bitch.
And I'm going to tell you right now,
Tell me.
it fucking makes me cry.
What?
Andrew Kreisberg fucking tipped and told me everything, and I like instantly was rolling tears. It is so fucking good. He also, like, I've known what happens on Flash for a while. Tonight, right now, is the musical episode that's
so
airing,
excited.
so I can't wait to watch that. But I know what happens in Flash this season, and it's a tearjerker. There's so many fucking, like, I'm sorry, I love these shows. Those two shows in particular are my fucking religion. I put time aside and watch them all the time. And there's a reason, man. Like, they're my soap operas. I love the stories that they're telling. I love that they're all friends. They all give a fuck about each other. But I love that they have superpowers and they have capes. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the way my grandmother watched Young and the Restless. It's like Young and the Restless, but they all got superpowers. And so periodically something cool happens where they're like, look at that feat of physical fury. But my favorite parts of those shows are like the really human aspects of them and stuff. So he told me some shit that they're doing, which as a DC fan made me just nuts spontaneously in my fucking pants. But also as somebody that just likes good stories, I was like, that's fantastic.
Excellent.
They got some
Excellent.
good shit coming up, man. I look forward to fucking the end of this season on Supergirl, but the beginning and all next season. We're going places. Anyway, so that episode airs, the episode that I directed, second one, that I got credit for directing. I didn't really direct it. I give credit to like James Liston, James Sonny Liston, our DP. He's a wonderful shooter. He made the show look like it does. And Armin, the guy who does our Armin Kevorkian, I think is how you say his last name. He does the effects on all those fucking CW shows. He makes Flash run fast. He makes Supergirl fly. He made King Shark. He made Grodd. You watch the Grodd episodes?
I totally did. Those are...
Dude, we watched like fucking Gorilla City invade Earth.
And what's more, we went to Gorilla City.
And saw Salivar.
Yeah, like, which is outstanding. The idea that you could have Gorilla City on network television that doesn't look like shit.
No, it looked fantastic.
That doesn't look like bad matte paintings.
They only had so much money, so everyone's in a cage going like, "Go Barry!" shouting out a window and stuff. But
like,
don't matter because then they cut to a shot of fucking like Flash fighting Salivar.
In a Dust Bowl arena surrounded by
apes are going,
fucking apes on television.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like
you kids take this shit for granted. We used to have to pay good money to see this shit at a movie theater.
Yeah, like I go to see Kong Skull Island. That's not bad. Also, in a movie theater, they spent $100 million on. They spent $6 on the outside.
Tops.
And you still get Gorilla City.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
So they're doing the Lord's work over there on the CW. I don't care. Anybody says different is entitled to their opinion, but fuck. I love what they do. And I love what they told me is coming. And hopefully you love the episode I directed, which is on Monday?
Tomorrow?
Monday? Soon? Monday.
Monday?
The next time Supergirl's on. This will go up very soon. Next time Supergirl's on, I believe I'm the guy that directed the episode.
From the mind of this guy.
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer. That was crazy. Why would you use my name to market anything? All right, moving on. Let's talk about this. Very sad news for comic book lovers everywhere, for art lovers everywhere, for storyteller lovers everywhere, and for people that just like good guys who didn't live long enough didn't live long enough lives to match their gigantic fucking talents. It's a long way of saying Bernie Wrightson passed away.
Indeed.
For those who are like, who's Bernie Wrightson? Come on, what are you watching this show for? But you know what? I'm not going to fucking curse your darkness. I'm going to light a candle. If you don't know who it is, let me introduce you to the work of Bernie Wrightson. Bernie Wrightson, co-creator with Len Wein of the Swamp Thing. You ain't got no fucking Swamp Thing. Frankenstein. He did this amazing fucking Frankenstein work. Who was that from Marvel back in the day?
This portfolio of just these amazing cross-hatch, beautifully detailed shots of the monster and Dr. Frankenstein.
Human hand with a pencil did that, kids.
Yeah.
Look at the darkness. Look at the shading.
Like that's the stuff that I fell in love with. Like I was never that big of a Swamp Thing fan until much later. But
Alan Moore turned me on to the Swamp Thing.
Yeah. But like that stuff was just like I couldn't believe a person drew that.
And also, like, remember he worked with Gaiman on Sandman, did issues or covers. Remember he did Creep Show.
Yeah, I mean
he's the art in Creep Show. When you see Creep Show, that's Bernie Wrightson.
He was a working artist who worked for Marvel, worked for DC, worked for indie companies, worked when he can work, because that's what you did when it's the 70s, 80s, 90s, and you're an artist who's just making a buck. But the work that he made, the work that he gave us, was outstanding.
Stellar. And probably say it too often for it to matter anymore, but if there was a Mount Rushmore for comic book artists,
yeah,
he's one of those fucking faces on it, man. And, you know, he very may well have been just one of the faces on a Mount Rushmore for artists, period, not just comic book artists. But we celebrate the man for his comic book work, which was fucking astounding. Swamp Thing's an amazing character and looks visually fantastic.
Yeah.
Your eyes drawn to it, man. The man's work was amazing. And a lot of people in our line of work wouldn't do what they do were it not for people like him, seeing that stuff when you were a kid, going like, oh my God, I want to be involved in some way, shape, or form. Fandom takes that shape. He fanned the flames of fandom, and not even by being a guy that went out there and fucking pressed the flesh. He was just so fucking spellbindingly good at his job. He created fandom around himself and fandom for a medium that, like, people, I don't even have artistic fucking talent, and I was like, I want to be in comics somehow. That's how good an artist is, man.
And like the stories that I'd heard of people who knew him, who were friends with him, just were nothing but the nicest guy in the world, who would like check in on you if you just moved to town and you didn't, know anybody and your family was a little unsettled. He would stop by once a week for years to make sure that you were okay and bring over dinner and hang out with the kids. And
Neil Gaiman just put up on Twitter a picture of him, Bernie Wrightson, Frank Miller when they were kids, like in their 20s, whatever the fuck, 30s. And my God, they look so young and stuff. But speaking of young, he was not that old.
No.
Like early 60s, I think it was.
So, yeah.
I don't know what, brain cancer, I think I read or something like that. Fucking so goddamn unfair. But leaves behind a massive legacy of body of work. I'm sure he leaves family behind as well. That legacy is far more important, but the work is going to live forever, man. Forever. People will be looking at stuff. Is Gustave Doré good? Like,
yeah.
That's woodcut good. So, Bernie Wrightson, we salute you. Yeah, rest in peace, genius. That sounded dismissive. I don't really like that. Wasn't sarcastic. Genius. Like he literally was fucking genius. What else do you call him? Let's go on to news that's not so depressing.
No.
What's this about?
Apparently, Robert Downey Jr. wants to talk to the animals, so he's starring in The Voyages of Dr. Dolittle.
So, from Eddie Murphy to Robert Downey Jr.
And who was the first? Rex Reed?
Rex Harrison.
Rex Harrison. I knew it was a Rex.
Rex Reed, the film critic.
What?
And he didn't like it.
No.
Ironically enough.
Piece of shit, I'm in this movie.
He was like, I don't like the lead. Rex Harrison. Yeah, wow. So he's going to, all right. So, but this is interesting to me. Written and directed by Stephen Gaghan.
Yes.
This is a guy that did Syria?
Syria won an Oscar for writing Traffic. Is now doing The Voyages of Dr. Dolittle.
From the director of Syria.
Comes animals talking.
Maybe it's a real fucking serious treatment on it. Maybe they ain't like, maybe it's like Sherlock Holmes where he's like, if I punch the monkey in the face. And they go through the moves how he can take down a talking ape.
If I talk to this giraffe in Latin.
I wonder what they're going to do, but I'm in. You know why? Because Robert Downey Jr. is involved. Look, I also like Stephen Gaghan, so If Stephen Gaggen's like, you know what? Fuck all those depressing movies I normally make, which are brilliant, but really sad.
Yeah.
Fucking Syria, where the boy gets killed, spoilers, in a fucking pool.
Yep.
There's like a loose wire. I haven't gone in my swimming pool. It's going to sound like a real first world problem. But I haven't gone in my in-ground swimming pool with a light in it since I watched that movie. Same way that Steven Spielberg chased me out of the ocean with a fish fucking story when I was a child. Stephen Gaggen chased me out of my own goddamn pool. Just lays there with rock.
Just like Spielberg chased me out of his backyard. We had a pet show.
I was like, hey, I want to swim here. He's like, get the fuck out, you fat piece of shit. And he, you know, I
Look
don't
at
know.
your shine box.
I said, hey, it's the guy that made Clerks. He goes, what? And
the whole thing.
Yeah. So in any event,
Yeah, that's happening.
Stephen Gaggen is a great choice, but Robert Downey Jr., I'll watch him do anything.
Yeah.
This is going to sound creepy, but I'd watch him fuck my wife. And I'm not a cuckold, but that's what I'm saying. He's so good at what he does, I'd watch him do that.
What the cuck?
And it would hurt. Like, I'd tell my wife later on, like, why'd you agree to it? You know, but still.
Was it because of the money?
But he was good at it, wasn't he?
Did he do accents?
This went weird. I'm just saying I like the man's work. That's all. I'm sure I could find a better way to express it. But, so I'm in for that. Next up, we got this news dropped, and I'm like, what? You know what? We might need to do. Let's save that and do a whole fucking show about.
Fair enough.
Totally. On the next episode.
What?
Matrix again? Question mark. We'll do that later on. Look at it behind us.
Ooh, so cool.
Tune in for our thoughts on the
On
Matrix.
that screen.
Yeah, and what the fuck?
We got a Matrix, you guys.
Sony is moving forward with a Venom standalone movie set for release 2018.
Yeah, they're not fucking around.
Now, this is the Spider-Man that we know and love, Tom Holland.
Probably.
So that means they got to introduce Venom beforehand? Are they going to introduce him with? Does that mean he's in Homecoming?
It all sounds.
Mark, what are the answers?
It all sounds a little bit dodgy. Almost.
Does it?
Only in that they would have to absolutely do all that shoe leather, and like, okay, so Homecoming doesn't just have to reintroduce Spider-Man as the star of his own movie. It doesn't have to also feature, you know, Vulture. Doesn't also have to incorporate RDJ in a way and Tony Stark. But you've got to seed Venom as well.
Well, when does that movie come out?
Homecoming this July. Independence Day, I think.
2017, and this is coming out
in a year.
Like a year and change after that, October
Yeah.
2018.
So,
if I had to guess,
I mean, unless they're introducing.
No, there's not going to introduce. Maybe they introduce Eddie Brock in the.
Maybe, but that seems like a lot of shoe leather. Unless it's this movie will introduce Venom to then play a part in Spider-Man Homecoming 2.
Which, you know, I'm not going to be like the dick that's like, hey, man, Venom comes from Spider-Man's fucking suit from space.
Yeah.
It's the symbiotic suit, for Christ's sakes. It's the symbiote. But, you know, I'm not going to say they got to do that. Look, now, whatever they're doing with this fucking new Spider-Man, that new Spider-Man could fuck my wife. That's how fucking good that new Spider-Man is.
Is he using the webs?
People are like, you want a lot of those Marvel heroes to fuck your wife. Yes, I do. Yeah, man, fucking geez. That's, if it's those guys and it's that. Kevin Feige have a hand in this?
The press did not mention his name.
I'm about to put my money down. Just say yes.
It did not, to this point, mention
Well,
the
my
Feige.
money is hovering. I'm about to lay it on the table the moment somebody says Kevin Feige's overseeing this.
I mean, I would imagine he has to have some say.
Right?
In
There's my money.
In a way.
It's good enough. Specious enough.
But it seems like Sony's been trying to sort of spin off their Spider-Man universe for a while. Like they were going to do,
back
Sinister
from the
Six,
second Spider-Man, they wanted to do Sinister Six.
which died on the vine because
Kevin Feige got his
Right.
toys back and he got to play with Spider-Man in Civil War.
yes, Sinister Six was supposed to be directed and written by Drew Goddard.
The guy that left Daredevil to go do that.
Yes, and then was Oscar nominated for The Martian.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess the shit worked out.
he's fine.
Okay, so fuck yeah.
All right.
Venom, I'm all for it. Hey man, gotta be better than the last Venom go around.
I thought you were going to say, it's got to be better than Iron Fist, which I would probably say yes.
Stop fucking fisting Iron Fist. Yeah, I mean, I'm not shitting on anybody, but I did not prefer the Topher Grace version of that character.
Like, I love Sam Raimi, but that was not the best execution of a Spider-Man film.
They had a lot going on in that movie.
Too much.
That was in those days when they put like 19 villains in a movie. And now they just put a ring of fucking floating garbage in the sky with a laser. Kind of what every third act is. There was an alternate Rogue One ending, you say?
Yes, according to screenwriter Gary Whitta.
And what did he say?
He said, and I'll read it.
Give him a single. I'll hold it up so you
Hold it up.
so
I read off the prompter.
Yeah.
No, there we go. Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor don't transmit the Death Star schematics to the rebellion. Instead, they bring it themselves in a shuttle with Vader hot on their heels. After a fight, during which Jyn and Cassian are transferring information from the data tapes to the Tantive 4, Vader ultimately breaches the shuttle shields. He destroys the craft and everyone in it, or so we think. Vader leaves to pursue the Tantive 4. The camera would then focus on what's left of the shuttle. Jyn and Cassian survive in their escape pod, which floats away like debris, just like the Millennium Falcon did in The Empire Strikes Back. Whitta said, the fact that we had to jump through so many hoops to keep them alive was the writing gods telling us that if they were meant to live, it wouldn't be this difficult. The news was brought to you by the Cusco Soup Corporation and viewers like you, and a grant from the Public Television Broadcast Situation and the Helena Renaissance. Am I done?
You're finished. Forever.
Was that reading too big?
I like your performance. That'd be at home in a Kevin Smith movie, I'll tell you that right now. I would like to hire you for Clerks 3. Well, that's interesting.
You heard with Purd. Yeah, that's a little, I mean, I get it. Some of it would be fun.
This is from Entertainment Weekly.
Entertainment Weekly is our source for this.
Yeah, I prefer what they did in the movie.
Kill them all.
Yeah, I like that they all died.
Let God sort them out. Or the Jedi.
But that Darth Vader, pursuing him sounds kind of cool, but yeah. I'm happy with what I got.
Yeah, and like we still get Darth Vader pursuing them anyway. Mm-hmm. Like if you get the fucking
that amazing
badass,
shot of him like fucking hanging out with a Tantine is taking off. And he's like, turns his shit off. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but
doesn't matter. It lives in our hearts.
Fuck, that was amazing. That was an amazing minute of film. That was my favorite minute of film in the last 10 years. I can watch that 1 minute of film over and over again. I hope that's what I see when I die. Over and over, that 1 minute of just like, oh my God, he turned on a lightsaber in the dark. Holy fuck, he split that fucker in half in the roof. Did you see the fucker screaming, help us? All of this was fantastic and a positive, a total good. That's my idea of heaven, Mark.
I would let Darth
that 1
Vader,
minute of Rogue One.
I would let Darth Vader watch as I fucked my wife.
See? It's the highest expression of love that a married man can give pop culture.
Come, weird asthmatic. Watch me.
He's like, I'm trying to come. Stop looking. Whose pussy is this? Anyway.
Don't force it.
Last piece of information we're going to leave you with, folks.
Yes.
Sylvester Stallone and Michael Rosenbaum. Who played Sylvester Stallone, I forget what he played, but I know Michael Rosenbaum played Lex Luthor on Smallville. Sylvester Stallone, I believe, was in a picture called The Lords of Flatbush. In any event,
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
That's right. I think he had a part in that.
And Rhinestone.
I remember that. Very memorable role.
Best known for.
And wasn't Oscar?
Indeed. Ooh.
Over the top! Those two cats are going to be in James Gunn's new photo play, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume Doge.
According to James Gunn, as he revealed on the Adam Carolla show, I'll read this a little bit.
No, take it out.
Down. You think?
I'll hold it for you. Give him a signal.
We do have a couple of characters who are very important to the Marvel Universe.
That's your James Gunn?
That is my super excited newsreader.
Okay.
Who's getting his big shot at like, dude, I'm going to get the Today Show. How am I going to get them to notice me?
This is Albert Brooks in broadcast news. Just sweating.
I got to get out of this shitty market. I got to get to the big show.
Give him a single.
We do have a couple of characters who are very important to the Marvel Universe who are going to make their debut at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which people don't know about, he told Carolla. Sylvester Stallone plays one of these characters. My friend Michael Rosenbaum also has a pretty decent movie in the role in the movie as well, and it sort of works in tandem with Sly's character. This has been Purd Hapley. You heard with Purd. Back to you.
You've got a character. He's got a little. He introduced a new character on the show.
It's not like I stole the character from Parks and Recreation.
Still, whatever.
I'll borrow it.
Whatever. Man, I stole Bane. Oh, this is all I do is from a motion picture box.
I heard.
That's exciting news. Let's speculate.
Ooh.
I got no guesses.
Could they be like in the Nova Corps?
What if one of them was Nova? What if it was just like, fuck everybody, Michael Rosenbaum is Nova?
Ooh,
You know, and who would be mad? Nobody.
No.
You know who'd be happy? Everybody. Especially everybody who was like a Smallville fan would be like, good for him.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking A,
Good
way
for
to
you to
do.
get paid.
I met him, he's a nice guy. Make him Nova! I felt like, Jesus, he has a part. Get out of my fucking face.
Yes, what more do you want me to do?
I don't give a fuck what they do in that movie. That movie has all of the monies.
Cannot wait.
It has my money, it has his money. I'm gonna borrow money from him so I can pay to see it again.
Do it again. We're gonna rob a bank and use the bank's money. Then we're gonna sell that money for gold bullion and then transfer it back into money and then buy bitcoins and buy shit online for it.
Bitcoins aren't that stable yet.
Too much? All right.
We're gonna stay out of Bitcoins. But other than that, we're all
That's
that
fine.
shit.
Heists, fucking exchange rates, whatever it takes.
Michael Rooker, not only all over the trailer, now all over the poster as well.
Ooh.
So Yondu plays a big part.
Man,
I think he literally becomes one of the Guardians of the
Got himself a promotion.
I worked with him. I knew him when.
You knew him way back when.
Mr. Spenning. That's all. Oh, wait, one last piece.
Yeah, I mean, I had mentioned it in one of the solo shows that we did while you were up.
Did you?
Cavorting with superheroes and gods.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I directed the second episode of Supergirl that airs this week.
Cavorting with extraterrestrials.
Distant Sun. That's what our episode's called.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very good. But yes, that Nightwing is getting a solo movie to be directed by Chris McKay, coming off of the Lego Batman picture.
What kind of amazing world of wonders do we live in now that fucking Nightwing's gonna get a movie? Is it set in the? We don't know if it's set in the DC.
It
movie
is in the
universe?
DC extended universe.
So he'll know that Batman.
He will know a Batman, that Batman,
Batfleck.
the Batman.
Couldn't he know?
Yes.
He might know Batfleck.
He could know Batfleck. Maybe that was the suit.
No, that was Robin.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I thought he got killed.
We
We don't know shit.
We don't know nothing.
We don't know nothing. Screw you.
Fuck you!
Oh, wait. Did Bill Paxton die while we were away?
He did. I did eulogize him as well while you were cavorting with gods and heroes, but by all means.
Bill Paxton,
Speak your
amazing,
piece.
amazing performer, man. Why don't you put her in charge? I'll think of that Aliens performance from now until the day I die.
Aliens.
Maybe
is-
not every fucking day, but whenever I think of Aliens, the first thing that comes to my mind is his performance.
If you ask me what is the best movie you've ever seen, Aliens is at the top of that list for me. Not my favorite movie. There are favorite movies I have above that, but I still think Aliens is maybe the best made movie I've ever seen.
Look, I wouldn't fight you on that.
No,
I
it's
love that movie. It's amazing.
beautiful.
It's pure movie bliss.
Yeah.
Takes a really good idea and runs with it. Takes a
Fuck
good
yes.
idea. Hey, remember where the alien? Plural. There's lots, and they're in the ceiling.
More aliens.
But he was astounding. He was wonderful, and of course, Weird Science. But fuck, dude, him and aliens, him and anything. Dude was the fucking cartilage of anything he was in.
I mean,
Wonderful
fucking
performance.
Apollo 13, Big Love, you know, everything he's ever been. Fucking True Lies. He's super fun in True Lies.
The only man who was killed by a predator, a Terminator, and an alien.
The trifecta.
There it is.
The
You can only
nerd
dream to be that live a life that big. Bill Paxton,
Bernie
rest
Wrightson.
in peace. Bernie Wrightson, rest in peace. Too many brilliant people dead. One day that'll be us. The non-brilliants.
Hey!
So like in other news, these fuckers died too. They did some shit. They appreciated a lot of shit that cool people did.
I always feel like whenever I'm flying in a plane and I know that there's somebody famous on that plane, that'll be the story. It's like Denzel Washington, an unnamed black guy, died in a fiery plane accident. Just me and others.
You better get to work if you want to fucking. I mean, look, if I die in a plane with Denzel Washington, it's gonna be Denzel Washington and fat guy die on plane. Believe me, Denzel Washington trumps all. You gotta lower the bar. Here's my advice to you: the moment you see Denzel Washington getting on a plane, don't get on that fucking plane.
Hey, there's this tiny lister. All right, you and me, buddy. We can ride this out.
You might get a mention.
I might get a mention
You
from
know what
tiny
I'm saying?
lister.
But not against Denzel. Heavens.
No, fuck no.
That's it. That's all the news we got for you. Who's going to direct that Nightwing movie? Chris McKay, the guy that did the Lego Batman movie.
Yes.
I love that movie. I love this movie. I'm in the bag for this shit. If you came to watch me fucking shit on it, that ain't this.
Nope.
That ain't me, babe. That ain't me you're looking for. It's Marc. He hates it.
Yeah, I'll shit on it later.
There it is. For Fat Man and Batman, I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm the guy who shits on everything.
Come back next week and watch him crap all over something, take his pants off and do a big dookie right on something. Same fat time. Same fat time.
I'm making swirls.
Podcast.com or
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith.
he's doing a Tom Carvel.
I'm making swirls. Wednesday and Sunday at Carvel.